like, listen, this to me is some of the worst stuff that could happen. This definitely doesn't need to happen. Microsoft, stay out of it. Just honestly, this I don't want to see this anymore. It's not a thing where people are going to be excited by it or kind of jump for joy or anything like that. Listen, and I feel like every time Microsoft does something like this, it's another nail in the coffin anyway, and in particular for the hardware. So for me anyway, I'm looking at this and I'm just saying this 100% cannot happen, should not happen. And if you're an Xbox fan, I would 100% root against this, and I'll give you guys the reasons why as we go along. But I want to go ahead and get started. What's up, everybody? I'm Crap Gamer. This is Crap Gamer Reviews with another video. Thank you so much for checking it out. I appreciate it. Please like, share, subscribe. I would appreciate that as well. I do daily gaming content, so if you're looking for someone to do like videos every day about video games, I do it. I like to talk about video games. I have a good time with it, and again, it's just one of those things where as a fan, we're kind of looking at things and just saying, hey, what's Microsoft doing this time, and that's kind of where I'm at with this. It's like, man, they really kind of are doing some things that I can't really understand. Again, I believe you don't make this move if you're planning on being in hardware. Honestly, just it doesn't make a whole heck of a lot of sense to do that. We'll see. Microsoft has a lot of things that it's done that doesn't make a lot of sense, which is why they are the way that they are right now. They're kind of doing things in a way where we've never seen something like that happen before. Yeah, they have a lot of money backing them, but that runs out at some particular point, right? I mean, when you think about it, obviously it can run out at any time. And that's kind of where we're at with this, is just that, Microsoft bought all these different studios and things, and they probably would have been fine doing that. But, once you start buying, spending $8-9 billion on ZeniMax and, $80 billion on, Activision, people start asking questions and things like that. And it's an unfortunate situation to kind of be in. So that's kind of where Microsoft finds themselves right now. And now it looks like they are looking, or at least looking to potentially buying either IP from Ubisoft or Ubisoft themselves, which, again, let me just say, no, stay away from everything. You know what I mean? Like, Microsoft should not be allowed to get any more IP, no studios, no nothing, right? Like I said, could you imagine if Microsoft were to buy Ubisoft or buy IP from Ubisoft? Like, what a joke that would be. They can't even handle their own IP lately. So anyway, according to this, an Ubisoft shareholder is planning to protest outside the company's Paris office after it claims the studio failed to disclose meetings regarding a potential acquisition. First reported on IGN, AJ Investments, a firm with less than a 1% stake in Ubisoft, says that the studio is horribly mismanaged by current management. See, if you're horribly mismanaged, the last thing you want to do is, go to Microsoft, right? They are like the most mismanaged group in the history. Right? You don't believe me? Look at 343 Studios, right? Look at anything that tries to be branded Xbox. It's like everything is just one big failure after another. It's ridiculous. It says, in addition, the firm's CEO says that the company failed to disclose reported meetings with EA and Microsoft, among other interested parties, regarding potential acquisition of Ubisoft IP. He says that the company didn't appropriately communicate its plan or talks with shareholders because of that. He is calling those who are frustrated with the prolonged stagnation in Ubisoft stock performance and the lack of decisive action from the management team to join them in protest in May. He also added that AJ Investments is ready to sue Ubisoft for misleading investors. He did add, however, that they were aware of Ubisoft management having a financial review of various strategic options that is being advertised by Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan. In a statement given to IGN, Ubisoft restated its past messaging that reviews of strategic strategic and capitalistic options is ongoing at the company. The board has established an ad hoc independent committee to oversee this formal and competitive process so as to extract the best value from Ubisoft's assets and franchises, all for stakeholders. Ubisoft will inform the market in accordance with the applicable regulations if and once a transaction materializes. According to this anyway, that doesn't look good. Like, who honestly in their right mind would ever want Microsoft to get a hold of anything that Ubisoft has? Listen, Ubisoft is a train wreck, to be sure, right? Absolute train wreck, but two train wrecks don't make a right, so to speak. It's just one of those things that kind of can happen no matter what, and that's something that I feel like Microsoft needs to kind of avoid, needs to that's just something that kind of happens, and I don't think Microsoft needs any more studios. They don't need any more IP. Like, Microsoft is in a really weird situation. They have a lot of studios, they have a lot of IP, but they've not really shown that they can handle, making and supporting everything. You know what I mean? Like, it's ridiculous. And to see that people are actually like, yeah, Microsoft should buy more studios, they should buy more publishers, all this kind of stuff. Like, do you guys not understand what has killed Xbox here, right? It's like like they're literally killing Xbox. They don't need any more publishers, they don't need any more IP. I get it that Ubisoft is a complete wreck, but the last thing you need is someone like Microsoft running the show. Like, that's just 100% factual. Like, Microsoft are not a good company when it comes to gaming. They are, very suit oriented, and I get it that not everybody, or that you know what I mean. Like, all these are companies trying to get our money, for sure, right? But at the same point in time, you have to have, you have to be able to have something that. And people that are actual gamers there as well, and it's just like Microsoft is just like the anti-gamer at this particular point. You know what I mean? There used to be a time with like the Xbox One when they had Mikey Barra, when they had they really felt Major Nelson. They had these people that really kind of they gamed and they would interact with fans, and you could tell that they wanted to do things for gamers and things like that. And now it's just like, yeah, like nothing's that stuff's not happening anymore. There's just nothing there. That kind of amazing kind of, I want to say amazing. I mean, obviously they were using a lot of people during this time, but the fact of the matter is, it's just a bad situation. And Microsoft has really kind of let a lot of people down, including me numerous times. And I'm still hoping for the best, but at the same time, it's like I also realize that that's probably not going to happen. It's not going to be, things aren't going to be, it's not a good situation to kind of be in. The more they turn into this third-party publisher, the worse it is for their hardware, and that's just a unmitigated fact, right? Like, the more IP they get, the more money they start making from selling these games, right? Using a PlayStation by proxy, since their own console can't sell for shit. The more they do that, the more reason they have to kind of close down their own platform, despite the negative impacts to the industry, the negative impacts to the fans that want competition. It's like so funny, because you go back to the FTC trial and they're like, let there be competition, and then realistically there is no competition. It's just there is none. I'm not sure there ever can be, but there sure as hell won't be competition the way that things are going right now with Microsoft, because they're looking at things in a completely different way than what a platform holder, a company that makes hardware, should do. You know what I mean? So anyway, let me know what you guys think. Do you guys would you guys want Microsoft to avoid buying anybody else at this particular point, let me know down below. Rack 'em up. Crap Gamer out.